The regular season has ended, and now the Lady Cougars try to repeat as conference tournament champions. Join us as we go all access CSU Softball. The Lady Cougars traveled to Saint Augustine, Florida on Thursday in search of a second Peach Belt Conference Tournament championship in as many years. The weekend kicked off with the championship banquet in which 4 players received conference honors. Taylor Turner and Corey Waugh were each named to the All-PBC second team, while Kristen Carr was named first team. Molly Russell not only earned first team honors, but was also named the PBC Pitcher of the Year. Following the banquet, it was time for softball as the Lady Cougars opened up with a first-round matchup against Flagler. Playing through rainy conditions, Columbus State scored first as Kristen Carr scampered home on a pass ball in the second inning. Later in the inning, back-to-back walks with the bases loaded brought in 2 more runs. In the fourth, another Flagler miscue allowed Morgan Knight to score to make it 4-0. That would be plenty for Molly Russell as the senior shut down the Saints, allowing just 3 hits in the complete game shutout.
I thought I pitched all right. I had some trouble with some spots considering all the mud and those slick balls, but my defense was there to back me up. They played just as hard as I did in the tough conditions, and we all had to wait a while and got a little cold, but we still came out hot, which was pretty good for us.
Molly did a great job, 2 or 3 hitter, and kept the ball in the infield like she always does. The difference, I think, our infielders had to go get the ball a little bit more because of the way the infield played, but she did what she's supposed to do. Couldn't throw a lot of her pitches that we usually do. Couldn't get a grip on the ball, and but did throws a shutout. Does good enough for us offensively. We scored 4 runs, got some big hits, and we had some kids that barely missed on some balls. I mean, Goose maybe could have went 3 for 3 with 3 home runs, and Bree missed on 1, and we were close. And but get into a game where you got a lot of wind, or it's cold, or it's raining, or it's muddy, you just got to find a way to get through it. And our kids found a way today.
The win in round 1 set up a matchup with number 2 and top seed Armstrong Sunday morning. The Lady Cougars set the tone right away as Corey Waugh hit one beyond the left field fence to lead off the game.
Hitting that home run felt really good. I was behind the count. I had 0-2 on me, so I tried to relax and not chase anything. So I felt like for the most part, once she got ahead, she tried to make us chase, and I just kind of sat back. And at first, I didn't think it was gonna go over. It was really high up, and I was like, no. But somehow it managed to wiggle its way over, and I think, especially when a team starts off with a home run, it kind of definitely sets a positive tone and definitely puts kind of like a little fear in the defense there.
The game remained 1-0 until the 6th when CSU broke it open. With 2 runners on, Bree Nolan brought everyone home with a 3-run home run.
Casey Googe got that good hard hit, and then K-Car got a little blooper to get on. And when I was up to bat, I was just looking for something to drive the whole time, even with 2 strikes on me. And with 2 strikes, I was looking for an outside pitch, and she just happened to throw me something right down the middle that I loved, and that's when I hit it, and I just ran around the bases.
On the next pitch, Taylor Turner blasted a home run of her own to make it a 5-0 game.
Well, after Bree went bomb squad over the center field fence, I saw the pitcher actually had tears in her eyes, and I knew that we had gotten to her, and I knew we weren't going to let up. And I knew she had been pitching me like inside the first couple of my 2 at bats, so I was like, I'm going to just expect it to be inside. And I just swung and just ripped it out the left field, and it was an awesome feeling because you're in a slump and then you actually hit to help your team win, so it's a great feeling.
Armstrong scored a run in the bottom of the 6th, but they would get no more as Molly Russell tossed her 2nd straight complete game, sending the Lady Cougars to the championship.
With Bree, her home run, and Taylor, her beautiful home run, it just, it's kind of, you feed off of it. Everybody feeds off everybody else, and so, with Molly's pitching and the defense, no errors, it was really good. I wish we could start that games like that every day, but, it felt really good to get them back for earlier in the conference. So
back to championship game, 2 years in a row. One of our goals, one of the places we want to be. Armstrong, respect the heck out of them. I mean, they're They're #2 in the country. I mean, they're a great team. They're a great representative in the Peach Belt, and you know, it was a back and forth game there for a while, and pitch and duel, and we broke through on a couple of things, and Taylor came up for a big hit, and Bree came up with a big hit, and Googe and K-Car found a way to get on, and Corey. They were spread throughout the lineup, and you know, we're getting closer to our game, which is get a couple people on, hit a home run, that kind of thing. Molly did a great job. Defense, I thought, did an excellent job playing behind Molly. You know, we're going to see them again sometimes later on down the road, and but you know, living in the moment right now, you know, it's a good feeling to get back to the Peach Belt Championship game.
The weather didn't cooperate prior to Sunday's championship game, causing the game to be delayed. So the Lady Cougars kept themselves entertained, killing some time with a little fun in front of the dugout. After the rain let up, Columbus State had Georgia College to deal with in the tournament championship game. After both teams went quietly in the first, CSU broke out the bats in the second inning. With 1 out, Cody Ricketson put the Lady Cougars on the board with a 3-run home run.
So when I was up to bat, the first pitch actually hit me in the foot, and she didn't call it, thankfully. So I was gripping the bat a little hard, and I kind of golfed it, but it went over.
Following a single and an error, Corey Waugh did the same thing. The senior also hit a 3-run home run to make it 6-0. The score held until the late innings when CSU added on. Brannigan Wicks hit a long home run to right center field to add a run in the 6th before the Lady Cougars tacked on 5 runs in the 7th for good measure. The 12 runs scored by CSU set a new PBC Tournament championship game mark. In the circle, Molly Russell was at it again, tossing her second shutout of the tournament. Russell gave up just 2 hits and struck out 9 on her way to being named tournament MVP for the 2nd straight season. Following the final out of the game, the celebration was on.
The whole weekend we came out hot and fired up, unlike any other game we've played. I don't know what it is about conference time, but this tournament we played harder than we played all year, I think, and scored a lot of runs, stayed up the whole time. I'm kind of hoarse from it, but you know, we came out with our bats and our defense backed me up, and it was just a good weekend.
I think the past 2 days has been definitely the best we've played over the season. You know, it's kind of better late than never. You know, finally the bats are coming together. Defense is top notch. Pitching, like it has been all year, has been really good. And you know, being able to get back at those teams that, you know, we might have lost to early in the season in conference, be able to, you know, not just win by 1 or 2 runs, be able to win by good bits felt really good. And it's really exciting, you know, knowing that we're this hot right now going into region play and hopefully go into the World Series. So, yeah, you know, it was really exciting, especially being my senior year. I'm glad the girls came through for me and the rest of the seniors to make it really something special.
These past 2 days we've been on a roll. We're at the top of the peak right now. We're just tumbling down, and we're doing great right now. Winning another PBC championship as a senior is just icing on the cake for my 4 years at Columbus State, and I couldn't ask for a better team to play with.
This weekend, what a weekend it's been. These girls came out loose Friday, and you could just feel it when we were driving from Columbus. I mean, they just had a different feel about them, and you knew this weekend was going to be special, it was going to be different. And I mean, we just came out hitting, and there was just, you could tell when Sunday they were just so loose and having fun that there was no way we were going to lose those 2 games Sunday. I mean, we were going to beat Armstrong, and we knew we were going to beat Georgia College, or we didn't know at the time, but when this beginning of Georgia College game, you just could feel it.
2 years in a row, come away with tournament champs, and you know, this conference is tough, and we still got to see those guys in 3 or 4 weeks probably, and it could go either way when we all play each other. But you know, at the moment, this is our moment, and kids have worked extremely hard. You know, a lot of things has happened to them this year, and you know, hopefully we're getting hot at the right time. But great weekend for the kids, and all the credit goes to them for just staying on course all throughout the year, and I'm extremely proud of them.
It's been a great ride. It's not over yet. We still got a lot to do, and we got a lot to play, and we got bigger goals. I mean, this is a great step that we took. It's great to be conference champions, but our ultimate goal is to be a national champion. So it's been a fun ride. These girls have been awesome, just having fun with each other, and we're not done yet. So we're just ready to keep working. We're going to go back to work probably Tuesday, and we're going to keep practicing and get ready for regionals. So it's been a fun week.
One more of them? Huh? I'm going to tell you what, we've had a lot of good teams A lot of good tournaments in the last 15 years. Last year was special. They're all special. But when you start talking about how you played in those tournaments, my God, this is the best. Hey, I'm going to chalk it up. This is the best one I've had. 15, 16 years, won a lot of championships, had a lot of good players, a lot of good teams, but last year was special because y'all, you know, we did what nobody thought we could do. And everybody knows we can, right? But the way you guys play this week, hey, this is a whole different level. It's a whole different level. All right, y'all should be proud.
With the championship, CSU gets an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. The Lady Cougars will have some time off, though, as it will be a couple of weeks before they take the field again.
The bad thing about conference tournament is now I think we've got 3 weeks off before we open up in NCAAs. And at this point in time, you have no idea where you're going to go. If it's going to be our place, it's going to be this state, in South Carolina, North Carolina. You have no idea where it's going to go. And you don't know who's going to be in your bracket. And you won't know for a while. So it makes it tough to prepare. We'll take a few days off and practice 3 or 4 days every week and until that last week and get ready and you know, get started 3 weeks from now and try to keep going.
Find a way on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Find a way.